The worst fight in 2024 by a country mile has to be Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, man. And I feel bad because, Mike Tyson, Iron Mike, he was my childhood hero. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love Mike Tyson, but overall, man, the whole thing was just a bad idea, man. Do you know what I mean? And it's everyone's to blame for that. Everyone takes the blame. The boxing commissions, Jake Paul, the fans, Netflix, everyone's to blame. Like, who the hell thought that it's a good idea to put a 58-year-old who's been retired for over 2 decades, yeah, in the ring against a fit, fresh, young 27-year-old Jake Paul? Like, regardless of what you think of Jake Paul, if you think he's a gimmick, whatever you think of him, yeah, like, question his caliber, question his boxing skills and all that. The guy is still been training. He's been active. Do you know what I mean? He's been competitive in his fights. Do you know what I mean? You can question the caliber of fighters that he's faced, but he still had fights. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's been boxing for the past 7 years, yeah, and he's active, man. He's sparring. He's active. Mike Tyson hasn't been that active. Do you know what I mean? So it was never a good idea to put him in that ring. Do you know what I mean? And he all unfolded after the first round because Mike Tyson's legs was gone. Do you know what I mean? He couldn't do nothing in there. Do you know what I mean? He was biting his gloves. He couldn't move. It just looked terrible. He looked terrible. Do you know what I mean? And I think that kind of little bit diminishes Mike Tyson's legacy. Do you know what I mean? We're still gonna love Mike Tyson. Do you know what I mean? We're still gonna cherish Mike Tyson for everything he's done in boxing, but that event overall was just a bad idea. I really hope that's never allowed to ever happen again. Do you know what I mean? Jake Paul should not be allowed to fight, fighters that are over 50 plus and all that. Like, it shouldn't happen. It was just a terrible idea. Listen, I don't care how much money they made out of it. I'm hearing Mike Tyson made $30 million, 40 million, whatever. Yeah, like, listen, man, it can't always be all about money. Do you know what I mean? Health and safety, of the fighters as well has to come into play as well. Do you know what I mean? And I'm hearing Mike Tyson talking about depression now, and etc., etc. So we also have to look at the human side as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of the time we get caught up with the social media hype and all that. Do you know what I mean? Because I got caught up in the whole social media thing that was going on at the time. Do you know what I mean? Prior to the event. Do you know what I mean? I was watching sparring footage from Mike Tyson. I was watching him hitting the bags, hitting the pads, going for runs and all that. I was thinking, yo, Mike Tyson still got it. I was thinking to myself, yo, Mike Tyson looks super fit. Do you know what I mean? He's looking good. He's looking quick. He's looking fast. So I thought, you know what, Mike Tyson might just go in there and spark Jake Paul out. Do you know what I mean? Because I'll be honest, I want Jake Paul to get knocked out. He's a bit annoying, you know what I mean, Jake Paul? He gets on my nerves a little bit. Do you know what I mean? I rate him for all the marketing that he does. I rate him for what he's achieved and the million that he's been able to amass, you know what I mean, using boxing. I rate him. Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of the times that we criticize Jake Paul, but a lot of his events, he'll put on pro boxers as well. Do you know what I mean? He'll put on some great fights, on his shows as well. So that I kind of rate, I kind of respect it. I get it. It's a bit of a gimmick to a lot of people, but I get it. Do you know what I mean? But going back to Mike Tyson, I really watching all the footage, all the training footage and everything. I thought, yo, Mike Tyson might just have two or three rounds in him that he can just go in there, really be explosive. Do you know what I mean? And really go after Jake Paul and just blow him away. Do you know what I mean? Like, take him out. First 2 rounds. But after the first round, I heard his knee gave up. Do you know what I mean? He had knee injuries, etc., etc. Do you know what I mean? His punches wasn't effective at all. The jab was non-existent. It was just terrible. It was just terrible. Do you know what I mean? Like I was saying, I hope it doesn't happen again. Jake Paul has to take on serious challenges. Do you know what I mean? Like, go fight Canelo, go fight Beterbiev, go fight Daniel Dubois, fight these guys that are still active. You know what I mean? Like, go out there and actually prove yourself. Show the rest of the world that you are who you claim to be. Do you know what I mean? You should not be allowed to fight 50 plus, fighters and all that. Do you know what I mean? He's been called out by Carl Froch. Carl Froch is what? 48. He's going to be 49 next year. again, someone that's been retired over 10 years, like that's not what I want to see. Do you know what I mean? That's not what I want to see. I know we all love a bit of entertainment and all that, but it comes a point where like we have to draw a red line and say, nah. We can't be letting you get away with it. Just because you're generating a lot of money, probably providing people with jobs, and guys like me can come online and make content, you know what I mean? Create some content out of it and all that. I get it, but nah, man. I don't ever want to see Mike Tyson back in the ring again. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to see him back in the ring again. He made a lot of money from the Jake Paul fight. Let him stay there. Let him, enjoy the rest of your millions. You know what I mean? Pay your taxes, pay your debts, whatever you need to pay. Just enjoy the rest of the millions and just be Mike Tyson. Do the podcast thing. I really enjoy his podcast. I enjoy his interviews and all that. Like Mike Tyson, go and do that. Do you know what I mean? Do not fight anyone else. I'm hearing Evander Holyfield wants to fight. Please don't. Lennox Lewis, Vladimir Klitschko, guys, please just leave it alone, man. Just leave it alone. A lot of these old heads here, they're looking at the fight scene right now. They're thinking, you know what, we missed out in this social media age. Do you know what I mean? They're thinking to themselves, yo, imagine I was fighting now. Imagine back in my day, we had Instagram, Twitter, and everything like that. Do you know how big I'll be? Do you know how much more millions I would have made? Mate, stop thinking that, man. Your time's gone. You've had your day. Do you know what I mean? And we love these guys. We cherish you guys. Do you know what I mean? We respect your legacies. Do you know what I mean? We respect everything that you achieved in the sport of boxing. Do you know? But that just stop trying to come back and embarrass yourself trying to fight all these young guys. Like, do you know what I mean? Because you just ain't got it no more, man. I know in your head, a lot of these old boys in their head, they still got it. Do you know what I mean? They still go to sparring, they still hit the bags, do you know what I mean? They still go for the 4K rounds or whatever. They're still doing all that. Their body's still capable. But do you know what I mean? But when they get in the ring like this, that's a different story. Like there's difference between being just regular fit and fight fit. These men are not fight fit, man. Do you know what I mean? They're not fit to fight 10 rounds. They just ain't got it in them. Do you know what I mean? They might think they do, but to me, they don't. And we saw Mike Tyson. We saw what happened with Mike Tyson. So I don't want to see no other legends, no other icons go through the same thing Mike Tyson went through. Do you know what I mean? Because that was kind of like an embarrassment, that fight was. And a lot of the blame also goes to Jake Paul, man. Do you know what I mean? Jake Paul has to take a lot of the blame. He wants to take kind of the easy routes. Do you know what I mean? You're trying to prove yourself as a real boxer and all that. But then you're fighting legends, you're fighting older guys and all that. Like, we don't really want to see you do that normal. Do you know what I mean? You fought your UFC guys. A lot of them can't box. They're fighters. They're in the combat sports, but they're not boxers. Do you know what I mean? Trust me, I've done MMA and I've done boxing. It's two completely different sports. Trust me, the stance and everything is different. The way you throw a punch, it's all different. Do you know what I mean? There's a big difference. So Jake Paul, yeah, you need to take on a real challenge next. You need to take on a real challenge next. You know what I mean? We saw you when you fought Tommy Fury. The first time that you fought a real boxer who's also active, you lost. Although it was a competitive fight, but you still lost. Do you know what I mean? So it says a lot. It tells me that if you go out there against a Canelo, you're going to get sparked out. Do you know what I mean? You're going to get sparked out. That's why I think Jake Paul will never take that risk. He's going to carry on doing this whole gimmicky thing, fighting legend, fighting retired guys, fighting old guys. Do you know what I mean? Fighting UFC washed out fighters because, that's how he can keep that train going, man. That's how he can keep this whole gimmick, this whole circus, alive and active. Do you know what I mean? Because once he starts facing the real boxers, they start knocking him out. He starts getting beaten up. Do you know what I mean? The whole mystique, like, it will be gone, innit? Do you know what I mean? People ain't gonna want to pay the pay-per-view for all that crap. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna see Jake Paul for who he really is. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is, like, if you got the best nutritions, you've got the money for the best coaches and everything like that, you've been boxing for the last 7 years, you've fought a lot of fights, you've won, you've lost once, whatever. Why not now really challenge yourself against a real boxer? Against another young boxer who's active? Do you know what I mean? Like, give yourself a challenge, man. Give yourself that real challenge. Why wouldn't you do that? Do it now. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do you know what I mean? Stop fighting all these old heads. So for me, yeah, worst fight of the year. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, man. Terrible. Terrible. I don't care if 200 million people on Netflix was watching it. Terrible fight. Absolutely terrible. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, man, I don't ever want to see that again. I hope we never see something like that again, because for me it was depressing. Do you know? It was depressing. Mike Tyson, stay retired, my guy. We don't want to see you again. Keep doing your interviews, keep doing your podcast. That's what we love you for. And Jake Paul, listen, like I said, man, take a real challenge, man. Take a real challenge, man. Stop playing around. Stop ducking real fighters. Do you know what I mean? Go out there and prove to us, show to us that you're a real boxer. Do you know what I mean? Prove to us that you are who you claim to be. You are. Do you know what I mean? But listen, I'm gonna leave it at that. You let me know who you think, let me know what you think was the worst fight of the year. I'm going with Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. It was terrible. But maybe you have another fight in mind that I've probably missed out. Let me know in the comments. Drop the names in the comments and let's have that conversation. Once again, thank you so much for watching AMGM Sports. I'm your boy, Enzo. Please don't forget, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to like the video, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, and also please don't forget to hit the notification bell, because that's how you're going to be notified of whenever I drop a video. Now, a lot of you watch my videos, but you're not subscribed to the channel. Please, if you want to help the channel to grow, the only way you can do that is by subscribing, by liking, commenting, because that will drive the engagement, and then that will enable the channel to grow. Do you know what I mean? And that will enable me, will give me that much strength to keep bringing you this content. Do you know what I mean? But for everyone who's already doing all the above, much love to you. Thank you very much for your support, man. But if also you're not doing it yet, you're not subscribing, you don't like, much love to you as well. Do you know what I mean? But listen, I want to leave you at that. I'll see you back real soon with another one. Until then, stay blessed. Peace.